Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of Bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Cathy, Vasely.
All right, Mr. Vasily, you're here represented by Mr. Ferry, okay? And you were arrested in 2022 CT 402, it looks like a W, for DUI, refusing a DUI test after your driver's license has been suspended. Looks like from a prior refusal, and then a DUI. And Mr. Ferry is going to file a notice of appearance in your case. I do find that there's probable cause for those offenses. Not to possess any alcohol or drugs without a valid license or without a valid prescription.
I did speak with the state prior to the court addressing the case with the understanding that the court would also impose a condition that he be tested on a weekly basis.
Through pretrial release?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And so you'll have, you said weekly testing?
Yes.
All right. Weekly testing through pretrial release, drug testing and alcohol testing, so no drugs or alcohol. Okay. All right. I'm going to set your bond on count 1 at the 500. Count 2 will be 1,000. I'm not taking any action on the trespass case, and Mr. Ferry represents you in that case, so no need to appoint a public defender. Okay?
Thank you very much,
He
Your Honor.
won't be able to do it through PCR, but he can actually get random drug tests as a release. He won't be able to qualify for being on pretrial.
No, he's not on pretrial.
Okay, I got-
He's drug tested through pretrial.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, thank
No,
you.
I'm not putting him on pretrial.
Thank you very much, Your
All
Honor.
right, have a good day. Yeah, the refusal. DUI. Mm-hmm. And these are interpreters? Yes. And they're just Spanish? Yes. Okay. I've got Mr. Ramirez first.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Rafael Barrera, State Certified Court Interpreter. I have been previously sworn.
All right, good morning, and I have Pedrito Ramirez approaching, getting hooked up. And I'll just have
Thank you, Your Honor.
Public defender place her name on the record.
Devin Nixon for the Public Defender's Office.
Okay, Ms. Nixon. All right, Mr. Ramirez, tell me your name, please.
Mi nombre es Pedro Felipe Ramírez Ramírez.
My name is Pedro Felipe Ramirez Ramirez.
All right, Mr. Ramirez, you're here in case number 2022 MM1448.
Uh-huh.
You were arrested for battery, domestic violence. I do find that there's probable cause.
Por agresión contra mi papá.
It was a battery against my father.
Okay, sir, I find that there's probable cause for the offense. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Did you fill out a form?
No.
No, no.
No, he's saying no.
I would advise him not to say anything about
No
his
entendí lo
case.
que me había dicho.
I'm not understanding what you're telling me.
You've been arrested for domestic violence battery.
Por cargo doméstico.
I would
contra
not
mi
say
papá.
anything on the record.
Domestic charges?
Everything can be used against you, okay? You're being recorded. If you have anything to say, you can talk to the public defender who's going to represent you in your case.
Ok, está bien.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm ordering that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. You're
No.
to maintain a separate.
No.
You're not to have any contact, okay? I'm gonna have you sign the
Okay,
no
está bien.
contact order. Make sure you understand what's on the order.
Ok, está bien.
Okay, that's fine.
Right? You're to maintain a separate residence from the victim.
Está bien.
If you need to go.
That's fine.
You need to go back to get any of your personal belongings, you can go back with law enforcement one time.
Está bien.
That's fine.
You're not to possess weapons or firearms or any ammunition.
Ok.
Okay.
And he still does not qualify for pretrial?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. The bond will be set at $500.
Ok, está bien.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Good. Good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Carlos Javier Caraballo Cruz.
Carlos Javier Caraballo Cruz.
All right, sir, you're here in 2021 CF 1623. You were arrested for a violation of probation. Do you find that there's probable cause? I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. I think you'll see Judge Lattimore in a few days for an arraignment as it relates to the violation of probation. Your bond will stay at none at this time. Thank you, sir. Good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Querube, Q-U-E-R-U-B-E. My last name, Andujar.
Your Honor, if the interpreter could respectfully request if this individual is going to use the interpreter to please speak in Spanish.
If you want to use the interpreter,
sorry.
you gotta speak Spanish, okay?
Okay. Who, I mean,
Just tell me your name. You don't need
Okay.
to spell it. In Spanish, communicate.
Querube Andújar.
Okay.
Querube Andújar.
All right, Ms. Anderhart, you're here and you were arrested in case number 2022 MM 1456AO. You're charged with domestic violence battery. Did you want me to appoint the public defender to represent you?
Sí, pero ¿puedo yo hablarle a la jueza algo?
Yes, but can I speak to the judge about something?
I'm the judge. I would not say anything about, if you want to talk, you can talk to the public defender. I'm going to appoint them to represent you if you have a question. Do you have a question?
Yo voy para
I
la...
don't want you to say anything that may harm your case, okay? Do you have headphones?
I
Oh,
don't
no.
have any
They-
headphones.
All
Me
right.
voy para la casa hoy.
Am I going home today?
We'll get there, okay? So I do find that there's probable cause, right? Do we have a victim present? No? Okay. So you're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. You're to maintain a separate residence. Ms. Andujar, do you need to return back to the residence to get any personal belongings that you need?
Sí, porque tengo que ir a trabajar el lunes.
Yes, because I have to go to work on Monday.
Okay, I'll let you go back there with law enforcement one time to get your things, okay? If that person is no longer at the residence, you can be at the residence, but if they're there, you can't be there, okay? Can only go back with law enforcement. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or any drugs without a valid prescription. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. She doesn't qualify for pretrial?
No, Your Honor.
If for some reason you're able to qualify for pretrial before, I'm gonna set the bond at 500 or pretrial release if she does qualify, if she's able to give them some sort of another address, okay? But right now, they're not able to qualify her, but if she's able to give them the information that they need, she may qualify, okay? All right? Thank you, ma'am.
Gracias, señora jueza.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Interpreter, can you just make an announcement if there's anybody in the gallery that needs an interpreter?
Certainly, Your Honor. Su atención, por favor, si hay alguna persona en el público que necesite los servicios del intérprete en español, por favor, alce la mano en este momento.
No, okay, thank you so much. Have a great.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Have a good weekend.
All right, you too. All right, good morning, tell me your name.
Good morning, Your Honor. Marco A. Marquez II.
All right, Mr. Marquez, you're here in 2022 CF 1801, and you were arrested for failing to appear. It's a bench warrant, and the bond is set at none in that case. And I'm going to appoint the public defender. You filled out a form. I don't know if you already have them or not, but they'll be able to file a bond motion for you in the trial division, okay?
Can I ask a question, Your Honor? I was here incarcerated during this warrant, this one.
That's something that I can't change the KPS, but that's something that the public defender can file in a bond motion, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You gotta reverse right down
Got it. Yep. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, if they already have them, then, yeah. Good morning, tell me your name.
Anthony Sample.
All right, Mr. Sample, you're here, it looks like on an out-of-county warrant out of Volusia County, and the bond in that case is set at $5,000, and are we in Orange appointing the public defender for out-of-county, or no?
I don't believe so.
Okay, all right, and so Volusia has about 72 hours to come and get you, not including the weekends, okay? So they'll communicate with Volusia and they'll come and get you. If they don't, they'll bring you back within a reasonable amount of time and address the bond, okay? If Volusia doesn't come and get you, but they're kind of next door. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Mr. Sample. Have a good day. Good morning, tell me your name.
My name is Timothy Thomas Taylorman.
All right, Mr. Taylor, you're here in 2016 CF 98882. And you were arrested for a violation of probation warrant. The judge in that case did set your bond at none. I'm gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're gonna see Judge Lattimore in a couple days for an arraignment, okay? Your bond will remain at none.
Judge date, the date?
I don't.
Monday or Tuesday. Okay, thank you.
Good morning. Tell me your name.
Keith Watkins.
All right, Mr. Watkins, you're arrested for disorderly conduct. Do you find that there's probable cause? Was there an offer from the state?
The offer would be a withholding court cost, Your Honor.
Okay. And Mr. Watkins, did you want to accept that offer?
You can choose to plead today if you do want
Yeah.
to. It's a withholding court cost, and that's it. You do release today if you have no other charges.
Okay.
Is that what you'd like to do?
Mm-hmm.
The withholding court costs. You
Yes,
want to
Your
do
Honor.
that? Is that a yes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you read the plea form, Mr. Watkins?
We have not had time to go over the plea form yet, Your Honor.
Wait.
Have you read the plea form before?
Plea form? No, Your Honor. So we're gonna plead no contest. It's not saying you did already.
No content.
Well, he's got 71 misdemeanors. I'm pretty sure he's read the plea form before.
So this is just saying that you're giving up your right to a trial.
Mm-hmm.
Against you, then reasonable doubt. Have an attorney present. Have a judge.
Mm-hmm. Where to find that?
Right here. After you have 30 days to appeal.
Mr. Watkins, are you familiar with the plea form?
Are you familiar with this plea form?
Oh, okay.
Hmm?
We're gonna get you some headphones so you can hear better, okay?
Thank you.
Can't hear too good.
Can you hear me now, Mr. Watkins?
Yes,
Okay. Did you read the plea form? Have you read it before?
yeah,
You understand everything on it?
yes,
You
ma'am,
understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
yeah,
Are you on probation anywhere?
no,
Okay. Are you, do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
mm-hmm,
Okay. And you understand you're pleading to disorderly conduct?
yes,
You pleading no contest?
no contest,
Okay, all right. And nobody's promised you anything to enter the plea, other than the withholding the court costs?
that's it.
No? Okay, all right. I'm gonna accept your plea and withhold adjudication, sentence you to 1 day with credit for 1 day time served and court costs. I'll order that you pay the court costs within a year of today's date.
It's 2 days, Your Honor.
Oh, 2 days credit for time served. Okay, Mr. Watkins, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment in writing. All right, have a good day.
Your Honor, we have triado as behavior.
Okay. We'll reset him for tomorrow. It's a pleable. See if he
Okay,
wants to come back.
we also have Contreras as refusal.
Okay. And I'm gonna find his refusal as a waiver. I'm gonna appoint the public defender for Mr. Contreras, 2020 CF 7068880. That's a violation of probation. The bond is set at none. Is he being held for a trespass already? That's not, I don't have the paperwork for that.
Yes, he was,
Okay, it's already
seen
been
yesterday
seen
for
for
it.
that? Okay. And so he'll see Judge Lattimore. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Good morning,
Tell me your name.
Demarcus Hampton.
All right, Mr. Hampton, you're here in 2022 CF 2494. You were arrested for battery on a person 65 years of age or older. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I do find that there's probable cause. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
And I'll just need you to talk close to the microphone because
Good
it's
morning.
really hard to hear.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have you raise your right hand to be sworn in. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me your name.
David Richardson.
All right. Are you the alleged victim in the case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What's your relationship with Mr. Hampton?
He's my stepson.
Okay. And I'm guessing you live together?
Yes.
Are you afraid of him?
Yes.
Do you want to have any contact with him?
No.
Okay. All right. So, all right. So, Mr. Hampton, I'm going to have you sign the no contact form. All right. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. You're to maintain a separate residence. I'm going to allow him to go back one time with law enforcement to get his things. If he needs to go back, he has to be with law enforcement. Okay. Just so you know.
Yes, ma'am.
No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. It looks like Department of Children and Families was called in this case, so you'll have to comply with any DCF investigation.
Yeah, I guess that was because my granddaughter, 11-year-old
You won't
granddaughter.
have to comply. He'll have to comply. Okay. Do you have any objection to me placing him on pretrial release, which means he'll have to report to pretrial release and be supervised by a pretrial release officer in lieu of me requiring that he post a bond? Do you have any objection to that?
No.
No? Okay. Does he take any medications or anything?
He used to. I don't know anymore. I honestly don't.
All right, so I'm going to place you on pretrial release, Mr. Hampton. You got to comply with pretrial release. If you violate any of those conditions that I've imposed, you can get your release revoked, and you could be held at no bond, okay? All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, but my mom was supposed to be here because
No, it's okay. She's everyone who's here today. Okay?
Everyone's here today?
Yeah, everyone who's here today.
Like my mom too?
She's not here.
She's not here?
Yeah. Okay.
Good morning, tell me your name.
Holbrook.
Mr. Holbrook, you're here in 2022 CF 2472. You were arrested for domestic violence battery and aggravated battery on a pregnant person. And I'm going to appoint the public defender. I do find that there's probable cause. Good morning, ma'am.
Morning.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear to the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, tell me your name.
Naija Miller.
Miss Miller, are you, what's your relationship with Mr. Holbrook?
I'm his baby mother.
Sorry?
Baby mom.
Okay. And you're pregnant?
Yes.
Are you afraid of Mr. Holbrook?
No.
No? You want to have contact with him?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you live together?
Yes.
All right, well, I'm going to give you all a little bit of a timeout, okay? And then his attorney can file a motion if you want to have contact. But right now, I'm not going to allow the contact. I'm a little concerned for your safety, okay? And so I'm going to order, Mr. Holbrook, that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim until your attorneys file a bond or file a motion to change that in the division, okay? So make sure you don't violate that. I'm going to order that you maintain separate residences. If you need to go back there to get anything, you got to go with law enforcement. You can go one time, all right? No weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. And you do qualify for pretrial release. And so, ma'am, do you have any objection to me releasing him on pretrial release?
No.
Okay. I'm going to release you on pretrial release. Does he have any reporting requirements at all? I see that,
No reporting requirements.
well, okay, it says sexual offender, so I wasn't sure if he has reporting requirements.
Sexual offender.
Okay.
You sure you're looking at Holbrook?
It's on the face sheet, but that's okay. All right.
You'll be assigned an attorney in a day or two.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Tell me your name, sir. Tell me your name.
Alberto Valley?
Mr. Valley, you're here in 2022 CF 2495. You're arrested for tampering with a witness to hinder communication to law enforcement, violation of pretrial condition of domestic violence, and a battery domestic violence. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I do find probable cause for the offenses. I'm going to order no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. No return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. No weapons, firearms, or ammunition. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You're to abide by the injunction that is in place at this time. Your bond on count 1 is $1,500. Count 2 is $1,000. Count 3 is $500. I'm revoking your release. 2022 CF 1998. Does he have the public defender in that case? Okay. Yes. All right, thank you, sir.
That's the whole thing. When I got arrested, I wasn't even there. Yes.
Your Honor, may I ask if he is released, that he have a one-time return with law enforcement to that address?
If there's an injunction, no. There's already an injunction that he can't go within 500 feet. If it's part of the injunction, my guess is that it's part of the injunction.
Okay.
So abide by the injunction
Okay,
is part of the conditions of the release, but I can't overrule
Yeah.
that, the injunction.
okay. There's an injunction in place when you can go back, okay? I'll contact your public defender in this case, okay?
I'm gonna lose all my stuff then?
I'm gonna contact your public defender, okay? And you can talk to them about it, and I'll see what they can do.
All right, thank you, sir.
Your Honor, for Holbrook, I looked into it. He does have to report.
Okay. Mr. Holbrook has reporting requirements?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just have to put that on his. Good morning, tell me your name.
Manuel Alvarez. Good morning, ma'am.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, you're here in 2022 MM 1440. You were arrested for domestic violence battery. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I do find that there is probable cause. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear and affirm that testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and just tell me your name. Get really close to the microphone so I can hear you.
I'm sorry, I can hardly hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No, yes.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not close to the microphone, and I'm asking you to get close to the microphone. Can you tell me your name?
Mike Cordier
All right, sir. And what's your relationship with Mr. Alvarez?
and his stepdad.
Okay. Are you afraid of him?
No.
No? Do you want to have contact with him?
We had contact for the past 25 years.
Okay, I know. But right now, do you want to have contact?
Yeah, I'm not afraid of him. He's not afraid of me either, so.
Okay. And do you live together?
Yes,
Okay. Do you want him to come back home and live there?
yes.
Okay. All right. You said that, and I think it was reported to law enforcement that he has a mental health issue and he's not on his
Yeah,
medication?
I have a documentation here. If you would like, I could give it to you.
No, that's
You
okay.
don't need, okay, yeah, he,
Does he have medication that he's
yeah,
supposed to
yeah, he
take
has
and he's not
medication.
taking it?
Seems the day of the issue, he hadn't taken his medication, so he was agitated, and his mom had an argument with him, and that's the reason, basically, she called on the police officers to take him to the hospital. But they
Okay,
interpreted like he was like domestic violence or something.
okay. So I'm going to order, Mr. Alvarez, that you have no hostile or violent contact with the victim or anybody else in the home, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
So no pushing, biting, scratching, kicking, and no raising your voice, being disrespectful. Just live in harmony for a little bit, okay?
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right. And no alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription, but I'm going to order that you take all medicine as prescribed by your doctor, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
No weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. And you do qualify for pretrial release. I'm going to place you on pretrial release, okay? Make sure you comply with all of those conditions. Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank
It'll
you.
be a couple hours probably till they process him and if somebody's going to come get him.
That's
okay?
fine.
All right.
Thank you. I do appreciate it.
All right. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You
Good
too.
luck.
Thank you.
Good morning. Tell me your name.
My name is Terry Lumpkin.
All right, Mr. Lampkin, you're here in 2022 MM 821, and you were arrested on a pretrial, a violation of pretrial release. Looks like 2 counts of that, and PD was previously appointed, so I'm not going to appoint them again for you. Your bond is set at 2,500 on count 1 and 100 on count 2.
I do not agree to none of.
And no contact with the victim, okay? Mr. Lampkin? Mr. Lampkin?
What's that?
Can you hear me? No contact with the victim,
Yes, ma'am.
okay?
Yes, ma'am.
If you come back again, you're probably gonna get no bond,
Yes, ma'am.
okay?
I got one question though, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
So I got a question, Your Honor. Am I
Why
able
don't
to
you ask the public defender? I don't want you to say anything that you might later regret.
What was the bond, Your Honor?
The bond on the warrant was 2,500 and 100, I think? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it'll be $350. Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning. Tell me your name, sir. All right, Mr. Mixon, you're here in 2022 MM 102AA. You were arrested for battery domestic violence. There is probable cause for that offense. I'll appoint the public defender. No contact directly or indirectly with any victim in the case. I'll have you sign the no contact order. You're to maintain a separate residence. I don't think you live there, correct?
No.
Okay, no return back to the scene of where the offense is alleged to have occurred. No alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I'm gonna place you on pretrial release. Make sure you comply with those conditions, okay?
Okay.
They'll let you know if they're, before they're released, okay?
All right. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Sheriff Sweet.
All right, Ms. Sweet, you're here in 2022 MM 137AW. You're arrested for dating violence battery. I do find that there is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in your case. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with any victim or witness. You're to maintain a separate residence. Do you need to go, I think that's your residence, right? Okay, that's what I think. All right, you're not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Comply with any DCF investigation. If they contact you, I'm not sure. Looks like they're involved, but so you have to comply with any investigation. I'm gonna place you on pretrial release, okay?
And what was her release, Your Honor?
Huh?
Trial release or bond?
Pretrial release.
Trial release.
Since I have no contact order, how does it work if they left?
You contact.
Them in child. So what am I supposed to do? Where am I going? Just call them? Yeah, the victims at my house. Police arrested me and left them there.
Your Honor, I believe the victim is staying at the residence.
Right, so I'm ordering maintain separate residences. If it's her residence, obviously she's, I get that there's a situation here. If she's not renting from you or living there, I mean, that's something that you'll have to call law enforcement about.
We asked for a one-time return in the
Sure,
meantime.
I'll put in a one-time return. If you want to go back with law enforcement, that's probably the best thing to do. But if it's your home and do you own it?
It's
Lease?
Yeah, I lease it, and
Yeah.
me and my children's name is on
Okay,
Section 8.
and then that's something I think that it's a civil issue, right? So,
You can go back with law enforcement.
I can't give you any legal advice.
So I need to call, like when I get released, right? I need to call law enforcement to return back to the home. And then since she's saying we have to stay in two separate homes, who's leaving?
Right now, you can't stay there until she leaves, okay? So you'll have to.
So if it's a civil issue, there are things that you can file. If I mean, she may be of a transitory nature that she was staying there, like you were letting her stay there. Well, I don't want you to talk about the facts, okay? But just so you're aware, the clerk's office can help you when you get released. If there's a self-help center there, they can, if she's still there, you can go to the clerk's office. They have lawyers there that can help you file things that you might need to file in a civil action, okay?
Thank you.
Okay? Good morning. Tell me your name.
Angelo Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams, you're here in 2022 MM 14388AO. You are arrested for domestic violence battery. I do find that there's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender. Good morning, ma'am. Can you hear me?
How are you?
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You tell me your name?
Naomi Smith.
All right, Miss Smith, and how do you know Mr. Williams?
He's my ex-boyfriend.
Your ex-boyfriend?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you afraid of him?
I'm really not afraid of him at all.
Okay. Do you live together?
He's staying with me.
Okay. Do you want to have contact?
No.
Okay. So you're not afraid. He's staying with you, but you don't want contact.
I don't want any more contact.
Okay. All right. Mr. Williams, I'm going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. I'll have you sign the no contact order. You're going to have to maintain a separate residence. So I'll let you go back there one time with law enforcement to get your things, okay? But you can't stay there, all right? You're not to possess weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Do you have any objection to me releasing him to pretrial release? He would
No, I
never
don't.
post a bond.
No, I don't.
I'm going to place you on pretrial release, Mr. Williams, okay? Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yes.
Release is going to be let go without having to pay bond, but you're going to have to check in with I'll give you more information. And then that's our number, so you can call the PD's office, okay? When you're released.
All right, thank you, sir. Good morning. Tell me your name. Oh. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Roland Canton.
All right, Mr. Cantoni, you're here. It looks like on a failure to appear, capious, in case number 2021 CF 1206380. Originally, the bonds were set at none. It looks like Judge LeBlanc entered an order on an unopposed motion to set bond that was entered on January 12th. The bond on count 1 was set at $3,000. The bond on count 2 was set at $1,000. The public defender previously appointed, do we know? He filled out a form, so.
Ma'am, I did. I have counsel.
Looks like the PD must have been appointed. Oh, no, Nejame.
Yes.
You have Mr. you have
Eric
Barker?
Nejame.
Okay. I'm not gonna appoint the public defender then, okay? And then, if you're not able to bond out, I don't know, you want me to just throw it out? If you're not able to bond out, then you're gonna have to call, well, it looks like you have an out-of-county hold for Polk County. Is he being held on no bond on that, or does he have bonds? Okay. I don't know what your status is.
No bond.
No bond? Okay. So you'll have a bond in the case here. You have an attorney. Polk County, I don't know, you'll have to have somebody try to file a bond motion over there, okay? Talk to Mr. Barker about that one. All right. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Eric Carrillo.
All right, sir, you're here in 2022 CF 24860. You're arrested for possession of a weapon in the commission of a felony, use of an anti-shoplifting or inventory control device, and petty theft. I do find that there's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you in the case. No contact with any victims or witnesses, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no return back to the scene, and no weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. Your bond on count 1 is $1,000. Your bond on count 2 is $1,000. Your bond on count 3 is $500. And I'm revoking the bond in 2022 CF 1726. And I don't believe you have you do have the public defender in that case? Okay. So they'll have to file a bond motion for you. All right, sir? Good morning. Tell me your name.
Randy Chappelle.
Mr. Chappelle, you're here in 2022 CF 2488. You are arrested in this case for trespass on property, trespass on property after warning and attempted burglary of a structure. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in your case. I do find there's probable cause, no return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred, abide by any trespass warning, no contact with any victim or witness. Your bond will remain at 100. Count 2 will remain at 1,500. All right, thank you, sir. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Matthew Chisholm.
Mr. Chisholm?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I think this is a domestic violence case, based on my review of the affidavit, so I'm gonna need a no contact order. So you're here in 2022 CF 2497. You were arrested on a warrant for written or electronic threats to kill, do bodily injury, or conduct a mass shooting or an act of terrorism. And probable cause was previously found. I'm gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you in your case. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with any victim. You're not to possess any weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. You're not to possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I am going to set your bond at $15,000. I'm also ordering that you not return back to the scene. And you're out on bond. I am revoking the bond, 2021 CT 4993AO. And I think you have an attorney in that case. Okay, public defender was previously appointed. They'll have to file a bond motion for you. All right, thank you, sir. Good morning, tell me your name.
Dakotas.
All right, Ms. Dakotas, you're here in 2021 CF 12361. You're arrested on a failure to appear warrant, and the bond in that case was set at none. Does she have the public defender, do we know? She does. Okay, so you filled a form out. I'm not gonna have them charge you twice. I'll throw it out. And they'll have to file a bond motion for you in the trial division.
Yeah, my lawyer's name.
You're gonna be appointed.
I've never, I have a lawyer.
They're gonna figure that out.
Okay.
How much was the bond amount, Your Honor?
I'm sorry?
How much was the bond amount?
I think the bond is set at none.
At none? Okay.
I can't change a capias.
Your lawyer will contact you and they'll figure out what's going on with this, okay?
Good morning, tell me your name. Tell me your name. Edwards? All right, sir, you're here for 2022 CF 2491. You're arrested for possession of tetrahydrocannabinols and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. And I'm gonna appoint the public defender to represent you. I do find probable cause, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Your bond will stay at 1,000 on count 1, ROR on count 2, and it looks like you have a hold for Leon County.
Is it a question?
No, I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
And that's for the old from Leon. It's the same, or, you know what I'm saying? I don't get it.
Okay, there seems to be an issue with his name. The name for the out-of-county warrant is not his.
No, the name for the out-of-county warrant is mine.
Okay.
This is not mine. My
Okay.
name is Todd.
Excuse me, Your Honor. It's showing that, there's an alert that he's bond pending,
That what?
that he's bond pending, but it's just waiting for the, Leon County.
Leon County or Polk County?
He has a hold for Leon County,
Okay.
but there's an alert in our system saying his bond is pending.
His bond is pending in Leon County
Oh,
or Orange County?
Orange County.
Okay, so I won't change the bonds. But he still has a hold for Leon County?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I guess so.
Your Honor, so the state is clear that 250 will remain.
Yeah, I guess the bond is pending.
Okay.
So, I didn't know that.
It's working on it. They have to come in.
Well, he hasn't bonded out yet, so, yeah. If for some reason it doesn't go through, then all right, good morning. Tell me your name.
Deone Flores.
All right, you're here in 2022 CF 2481. You were arrested for possession of MDMA with intent to sell or deliver, possession of a weapon in the commission of a felony, and possession of methamphetamine with a weapon. I'll appoint the public, well, you didn't fill out a form for the public defender. Were you planning on hiring your own attorney?
Ma'am, I'm sorry, but I've been to initial appearance a week ago.
Not on this.
Yes, ma'am. I've been in jail.
No, these are add-on charges.
Add-on charges.
This is a completely different case number.
Do you want the people?
These are add-on charges. Do you want me to appoint the public defender for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in your case. There's probable cause for the additional offenses. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. Your bond on count 1 will stay at $15,000. Count 2 will set at $2,000, and count 3 will be $10,000.
She appointed the public defender's office. So they'll call you.
Your Honor, we have inmate Glover Michael as behavior.
Okay. Michael Glover?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna find that if he can't behave himself, that he's absented himself from appearing at the initial appearance, and I'm gonna appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Glover. And Mr. Glover is charged in a warrant. Probable cause was previously found in 2022 CF 2470 for first-degree murder with a firearm. And this is a first-degree felony, capital felony, punishable by life. And does the state want to be heard as to bond?
The state requests no bond, Your Honor.
Okay, is that based on?
Based on that, it's a PBL, punishable by life felony.
So you're asking me to find proof evident presumption great?
I don't think that has to be found here. If he wants that standard to be, if he wants that, he
Well,
can
it
ask.
does unless the public defender wants to say, Judge, we don't want you to make that finding, and we'll have a Arthur hearing downtown and file a bond motion. Otherwise, in order for me to hold him at no bond, I have to make a finding, unless the public defender says.
Your Honor, it's the state's position that probable cause is enough at initial.
It is not pursuant to the Constitution. I have to make a finding. There's actually a Florida Supreme Court case that we're waiting on an opinion on right now, and we haven't gotten that, so.
Correct. So the state is asking that you follow the 3rd DCA, which says that proof evident isn't required here, that the defense can request an Arthur hearing at a later date, but that's not what's required at initial appearance.
Okay, well, let me see what she wants to do.
Your Honor, I'd like a reasonable bond to be set in this case.
Okay, because if you make an argument, then you're waiving his Arthur hearing, if you make any arguments, if you understand.
I guess if we could set for an Arthur hearing then.
Well, I'm gonna have to make a finding. I believe the law requires that I make a finding that proof is evident, presumption is great if I'm going to hold him at no bond. If you make no argument, you've preserved his right to an Arthur hearing, and that will get set downtown in the trial division. But I believe that that's my requirement. I know what the 3rd DCA says, I just believe that that's my requirement. I'm not bound by the 3rd DCA right now. And I don't think that that's, the Constitution requires that I find that. So if you're asking me to find him, to hold him at no bond, I've reviewed the affidavit. I find there's proof evident, presumption great. If you don't want to make an argument as to that, you'll preserve his his right to an Arthur hearing, and it will be held downtown.
Yes, Your
But
Honor.
I do find proof evident presumption great, not exercising any discretion to give him a bond, and the bond will stay at none. Not to have any contact with any victim, witness, or co-defendant, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. All right. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Quentin Jackson.
All right, Mr. Jackson, you're here in 2022 CF 2389. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant. Probable cause was previously found for 2 counts of aggravated battery with a motor vehicle, child abuse, and criminal mischief over 1,000 with a weapon. And I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. You're not to have any contact with the victims, no weapons or firearms, or any ammunition. And looks like Judge Carter gave you a $5,000 bond that will remain, and counts 2 and 3, 1,000, count 4, 500. That's it. All right. Have a good day. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Joseph.
All right, Mr. Joseph, you're here in 2022 CF 2439. You're arrested on a warrant. Probable cause was previously found. And the charges in the warrant are attempted first-degree murder, aggravated battery causing great bodily harm, arson of a structure, and arson resulting in injury to another. And appears as though you do not qualify for the public defender's office. You make $1,000 a week.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yes. And you have 2 dependents. Are you planning on hiring an attorney? Have you had any contact with an attorney?
Phone was taken away, so I have a chance to like write down any numbers. I haven't talked to anybody yet. So
Okay. I'm going to appoint the public defender based on the type of charge that it is, okay? If you want to hire an attorney,
yeah.
go ahead and do that, but I am going to appoint them today, okay?
Thank you.
And so count 1 is an F1, I believe punishable by life. And does the state have a position on bond or want to make an argument as to bond, Ms. Williams?
The state would request no bond on this because it's a punishable by life offense.
I will not make any arguments at this time.
Okay, and so you understand, Mr. Joseph, you're entitled to what's called an Arthur hearing downtown, which is a bond hearing. You can have witnesses and you know, for the court to hear testimony as it relates to this offense. I'm going to hold you at no bond today.
Okay.
You'll have an Arthur hearing once your attorneys file a bond motion, okay? So your bond on count 1 will remain at none. I am going to set bond on count 2 at $25,000. Count 3 at $5,000 and count 4 at $5,000. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with any victim or witness in the case.
Understood.
Okay? No phone calls or anything from the jail or anything like that. No weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. And you're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. I'm sure if you have a bond hearing and you do get a bond and get released, all of those things will be addressed at that hearing, okay? All right.
So much.
Good morning. Tell me your name.
Jamar McCall.
We have Sergio Lopez. Behavior? Okay. I'm gonna find that Mr. Lopez has absented himself based on his behavior. I'm gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him, and then, is this your note?
Yes, Your Honor.
I wasn't sure.
I do have a PC challenge, Your Honor.
Okay. And you said count 1 and count 2?
Both count 1 and count 2 are the aggravated battery, and based off the police report, I don't see the aggravated element.
Bottle struck him in the back of the head.
As far as a deadly weapon or intentionally knowing of creating great bodily harm.
Okay, it's the intent, so, and it could have caused, so I'm gonna find that there's probable cause. I'll take that into consideration though with a bond, okay? So count 1, the bond will be $2,500. Count 2, the bond will be $1,000. All right, and then Mr. McBride bonded. 2020, or booking number is 22005134.
Yes.
Okay. And you said McCall?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good morning. You're here in 2021 CF 4928BO, and this is a failure to appear capious. The judge did set the bonds at none. And does he have the public defender? Okay. Did you have an attorney on the case?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. Is it a private, not the public defender, is it a private attorney?
It's a private, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you, Mr. Sanchez?
No, ma'am, David Chico.
Okay, might be the same firm, but you do have an attorney, so I'm not gonna appoint the public defender. You just need to get in touch with them so they can file a bond motion, because I can't give you a bond today. Okay, all right. Good morning, tell me your name.
Name is Anthony Perry.
All right, Mr. Perry, you're here in 2022 CF 1113. You were arrested for grand theft, 3rd degree, based on an information that was filed by the state, and probable cause was found. And the judge in that case, well, you didn't fill out a form for the public defender. Did you plan on hiring an attorney?
No, I want to get a public defender, ma'am.
Okay. Do you work right now?
No, I just quit my job 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so you have no income?
Not right now, no, ma'am.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender. All right, so you're not to have any this is on the warrant, okay? So no contact directly with any victim, witness, or co-defendant, no, it's marked as no hostile or violent contact with the victim, so that makes no sense. So I'm just gonna say no contact, okay? We'll delete the no hostile contact. Maintain separate residences. You're not to return to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. No alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription, no weapons or firearms, and don't drive without a valid driver's license. It looks like they checked off everything. I don't know if that's all relevant to the case, because I don't have the information, but it's a grand theft. Just make sure that if you have a valid driver's license, you can drive. Just follow those conditions, okay? The bond is set at $1,500, okay?
Ma'am.
All right. And it says there's 2 cases, but I only have 1. Oh, it's, okay, it wasn't connected. Looks like there's a possession of drug paraphernalia, 2022 MM 1449, and I do find probable cause based on the affidavit. I'll appoint the PD in that case as well. I think they're not connected. Is there an offer? You want to try to resolve it today?
How would I do that, ma'am?
Well, let's see. Does the state, do you have an offer?
Yes, the offer would be a withholding court costs.
Would there be any chance of a diversion program if he were to retain the PD's office?
What type of program, I'm sorry?
A diversion program, would that be available if he had the PD's office?
I would have to check the rap.
check.
But possibly.
Possibly you could either resolve your case via the withhold court costs, or if you waited and got a PD, then maybe a diversion video could be available to drop the case. What would you like to do?
That second one.
Okay. If we could just appoint the PD's office to that case.
Okay, well, I appointed the PD, and the bond will stay set at the 500. Oh, you know, it was not connected, so he did fill out a form.
Your Honor, we have Smith Kyle as bonded.
All right,
Go ahead, Smith.
and then Rodriguez Smith?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Present.
good morning. You're here in 2022 CF 2499. You were arrested based on a warrant. Probable cause was previously found for sale and delivery of a controlled substance. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you in the case. And you're not to possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. Looks like Judge Madrigal reviewed the warrant. Set your bond at $250,000. I understand that there's a deceased individual, but I'm gonna set your bond at $25,000. Right, sir?
Sit.
Tell me your name.
Stephanie Waterman.
All right, Ms. Waterman, you're here in 2021 CF 3609AO. You're arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for a status hearing. The judge did revoke your release and set your bond at none on all those all those counts. And did she have she filled out a form? Okay, PD was previously appointed. They're gonna have to file a bond motion for you in Division 12, okay? Okay. Tell me your name, please.
Marcellus Willis.
All right, Mr. Willis, you're here in a couple, looks like two cases. I've got 2022 CF 2487. You were arrested for fleeing and attempting to elude a law enforcement officer at high speed or pure disregard. And I do find that there is probable cause in that case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. And your bond will be set at $10,000 in 2022 CF 2500, I believe.
Yes.
You were arrested for trafficking in cocaine between 28 grams and 200 grams, possession of methamphetamine with intent to sell or deliver, possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver, and resisting an officer without violence. Do you find that there is probable cause? I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. In that case, your bond is set at $50,000. Count 2 is $7,500. Count 3 is $150. Count 4 is $100. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, Ms. Woolery refused.
Okay, I'm gonna find that she's refused to attend and waived her right to appear today. I'll appoint the public defender. 2021 CF 13241AO. It's a failure to appear. KPS set at $5,000. If she doesn't have the public defender, I've appointed them. 2020 MM 1455AO. Providing false ID to law enforcement. There's probable cause. I've appointed the PD. The bond will be set at $500. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Kellyanne Mojica.
Okay, Ms. Mojica, you're here in 2021 MM 3413. You were arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for your arraignment. And the judge did set your bond at $2,500. Was there a plea offer? I don't know. You can try to resolve it.
I don't have her rap, Your Honor, so I don't know if this is her first. I would hesitate to give a plea offer at this
Oh,
point.
you're on probation. We're not gonna resolve it today. Okay. The bond will stay at the $2,500, okay?
So I'm not going home today?
Well, you have a bond, okay? I don't know if they're gonna file a VOP or anything like that. If they do, then that could come in at no bond. But right now, you have a bond. I don't think you have any other holds at this time, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Tell me your name,
Dustin Brown,
Mr. Brown.
Lynn Brown. How you doing, Your Honor?
All right, you're here in 2022 CT 1253 and 2022 CT 1256.
Yes, ma'am.
And the offenses of driving under the influence and leaving the scene of a crash with property damage. And you did not fill out a form for the public defender.
No, ma'am, I'm going to retain my own counsel.
Okay,
So,
all right.
the problem was I was trying to get to.
I don't want you to say anything on the record because you're being recorded. Anything that you say can be used against you.
Got it.
Save it for the lawyer, okay? All right, and so, again, there is probable cause for those offenses. Do you have a lawyer on the other case?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
You do?
Yes, her name's Whitney Bone.
Okay, because you're out on bond for DUI, and you pick up another DUI. I am gonna stay the bonds at the $500, but I am revoking the bond on the 2021 CT 4476. So let's make sure you have a lawyer. Okay, so you're gonna have to contact them for them to file a bond motion, okay?
Question, so my bond turned into.
You have two bonds on the new cases.
Yeah.
The bond, you're out, your release on the other case, I'm revoking your release and setting that bond at none. You'll have to contact your attorney to get a bond on that case for you, okay?
Is that kind of a quick thing that she could?
Yeah, it just depends.
Yeah.
Okay, so, now, on the new case, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no contact with any victims or witnesses in the case, okay? All right, good luck.
So what happens now? Do I contact her or?
Contact your lawyer,
Okay,
okay?
thank you.
And then Mario Guida bonded to 22005135.
Yes, he bonded.
Go ahead, tell me your name. Tell me your name.
It looks, Hicks bonded too.
Oh, Hicks bonded. Tell me your name.
Jason Hope.
Mr. Hope? Okay. You're here in two cases, 2022 CT 1260 and 2022 CT 1261. You're arrested for driving with a suspended license and no motor vehicle registration. Do you find there's probable cause? And I'll appoint the public defender in that case to represent you. Don't drive without a valid driver's license. And the bond will stay at $500. Then you've also got 2022 MM 1454, possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find there's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender in that case. Well, I don't know if, is there an offer for everything, or I don't know if y'all had a chance to look at all that.
The state has not had a chance to look at all of it.
Yeah, I read them both.
Okay, and they're both
$250. Are you on probation, Mr. Hope? No?
If Mr. Hope would like to enter an offer, the offer would be a withholding court cost on each count at this point.
Is that for the drug paraphernalia, driving license suspended, and the motor vehicle?
Correct.
Well, let me just look at his driving record and make sure. This is gonna habitualize him.
I was just going over that.
Yeah, so I don't want him to make that decision today, because he's got 2 priors within the 5 years, and this would be a third. Even as a withhold, it would count. So, Mr. Hope, I would, if I were you, I wouldn't mess with that today. And then the 2 cases are connected, so I don't want to split them up and plea one out. So why don't I do this? The 500 will stay. I'm sorry, Denise. I'm gonna set count 2 at ROR, and then the drug paraphernalia, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I'm gonna ROR on that one, okay? So you'll have the $500 on the driving while license suspended, okay? Don't drive without a valid driver's license. All right, good morning. Tell me your name.
Romy Kamaki.
Okay, you are here in 2022 CT 72380. It's a failure to appear on a driving while license suspended or revoked. I don't know if the public defender was previously appointed. Do you want to try to, we'll see if we maybe resolve your case today. Are you on probation?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let me look at your record just to see if this is going to cause you more problems. Okay. Looks like the last driving while license suspended are from 2005 and 2003. You don't think you have anything since then?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you want to resolve it today and then you don't have to worry about it again and go back to court?
Yes, ma'am.
You do? Okay. Did you have an offer?
Yes, the state's offer would be withholding court costs.
Do you want to do that, Ms. Mackey?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you read the plea form?
No, ma'am.
No? Why don't you read the plea form? And we'll give you a minute, and we'll just call the next person in. We'll give her a minute to, I want her just to be able to review it.
So I just do this.
Do you understand any of it, or?
All right. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me your name.
Philip Donoso.
All right, Mr. Donoso, you're here in 2022 MM 1461. You're arrested for battery. Do you find that there's probable cause? And I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in the case. No contact with any victim or witness. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. No weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. You can't go back to Irish Shannon's. Okay, don't go back to the bar. All right. And then you do qualify for pretrial release. I'm going to place you on pretrial release. Make sure you comply with those orders, because if you don't, you could be held at no bond, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. I understand.
Your Honor, is there an offer to resolve today?
I'm not going to take an offer without a victim present and any victim input.
Not today. this will be the plea form in the future, okay? You're only being conditions you can go.
Your Honor, the next person, Mr. Harnos, was a behavior.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna find that behaviors absented himself from the court in his initial appearance. I'll All right, I'm gonna appoint the public defender's office. I'm gonna order no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I am gonna ROR him. I'm gonna require that he contact the public defender's office on Monday, and get in touch with whoever his lawyer is. All right, Ms. Mackey, you have an opportunity to read the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything on it?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all those rights that you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Do you read and understand English?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you're on any drugs or alcohol or medication that would
No, ma'am.
prevent you from understanding what's happening today?
No, ma'am.
And we went kind of through your driving record, and I'm just looking at it, I don't see any Willis's from 2005 forward, so you sure?
Yes, ma'am. I don't usually drive.
Okay, just want to make sure, so you know what you're doing, okay. All right. I find that you're alert and intelligent, and you understand the consequences of the plea, and do you want to enter a plea of no contest?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you're gonna be sentenced to withhold with court costs, and I think you have, is it 1 day time served or 2?
2.
2? Okay. So I accept your no contest plea. I'm gonna withhold adjudication, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days time served to withhold, and impose court costs. I'll give you a year to pay those court costs off. Just to let you know, do you live here in Orange County?
I just moved here.
There's a program, I think it's coming up in the next week or so, or contact the clerk's office, because it's called Operation Greenlight.
Yes, ma'am.
Helps folks get their license back. It looks like it's just fines.
Yeah.
So they can get you on track. You can try to get your license back.
Yes, ma'am.
So contact the clerk. It's called Operation Greenlight.
Okay.
Okay? Denise, you know when that's going on? Is it it's sometime this month? Okay, it's this month. It's a short window. Just call them, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Just for today. Is this your last name? Vasely? What's your last name?
All right. Holmes, I think, bonded is that 22005141.
Yes.
Oh. Tell me your name.
Braden Hopkins.
All right, Mr. Hopkins, you're here in 2022 1462. You're arrested for battery, resisting an officer without violence, and false information to law enforcement during an investigation. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public
Your Honor?
defender.
I did have a probable cause challenge for count 3, the false info to a law enforcement officer.
Okay.
Based on the arrest affidavit, I'm not sure where the officer is stating that he provided false information. It seems like he did provide his name to the officer. That's the name that's here today.
Were they able to identify him? Because it says he was not able to locate a person under that name, but then obviously he was arrested. Under that name. Was he identified? Was he fingerprinted and identified?
Yes, he was fingerprinted. His APHIS came back. I'm running it again just to verify if you have any aliases.
mean, that's the name he was arrested under, and that's the name he gave, so.
Yeah, because I'm checking out of state because he has a out of state history, see if it's another name.
Is your name Braden Dale Simmons Hopkins?
Braindale Simon Hopkins.
Simon? All right, so I'm not gonna find probable cause as it relates to count 3. Still be ROR as to count 3. And no contact with any victim or witness, no weapons, firearms, or any ammunition, no return back to Margaritaville. And the bond on count 1, I'm gonna set at 500. Bond on count 2, I'm gonna set at 100 ROR on count 3, okay?
Your Honor, George Moore is mental health.
Okay. I don't think we're gonna be able to resolve Mr. Moore's case, so I don't know if the public defender, I can appoint you if you wanna waive his appearance.
Yes, Your Honor.
The battery. All right, so I'll appoint the public defender. Mr. Moore's charged with battery. There is probable cause. He's not to have any contact with any victims or witnesses, no weapons or firearms, or any ammunition. The bond will stay at 500. Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Douglas Roche.
What is it?
Douglas Roche.
Roche. Okay, Mr. Roche, you're here in 2022 MM 1450. You're arrested for trespass on property after warning. There is probable cause. Did you want to, are you on probation or anything?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, do you want to try to resolve the case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and do we have an offer, Ms. Williams?
Mr. Roche is currently out on, released on his recognizance on another offense. The offer would be an adjudication of guilt on court costs.
Do you want to take that offer, Mr. Roche? I'm not going to revoke your bond. Or your release.
You would like to take the plea, Your Honor, if I have
Okay.
a moment to go over the plea form.
Did you read the plea form in the back?
Yes.
Okay, did you understand everything on it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Understand all those rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you told me you're not on probation?
No,
You're
Your
on
Honor.
any drugs or alcohol that would prevent you from understanding what's happening today?
Not at the moment, Your Honor.
Huh?
Not at the moment, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. And, you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, you will be deported if you enter the plea?
That's correct. I'm a
You
U.S.
a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
Okay, all right. All right, and you want to plea no contest?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to, is it 2 days?
Yes, 2 days,
2
Your Honor.
days with credit for 2 days' time served and court costs. And I'll give you a year to pay the court costs. And that will resolve that, you know, don't go back to the Dexter's Birdland restaurant. Probably get arrested again, okay?
It's not the restaurant.
Okay, well, don't go back to 588 West Church Street, 595 West Church Street, okay? Don't go back.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm not gonna take any action on your out on release case. Just make sure that if you have a court date, you don't miss it, all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Alice Temple.
All right, Ms. Temple. You're here in 2022 MM 1460AO. You're arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia. There is probable cause. Ms. Williams, did you have an offer for her?
The offer would be, oh, may I have one moment?
Sure.
Please.
Are you on probation, Ms. Temple, anywhere? Okay.
Your Honor, that offer would be an adjudication of guilt and court costs.
All right, Ms. Temple, did you want to do that? Yes, ma'am. Okay, did you read the plea form? Do you understand everything on the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all those rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're not on probation, right? Okay. You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, do you want to plea no contest?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days, time
1 day.
served. 1 day with credit for 1 day, time served. And you have to pay your court costs. I'll give you a year to pay those off, and no action on the out on release case. Doesn't look like they've, I don't know if they filed on it, but you may have a court date coming up, okay? Just make sure you don't miss that. All right, good luck.
Your Honor, we have Contreras as bonded.
Okay, and usury bonded, I
He
think?
also released, I think, R.O.R.
And then Torellis bonded,
Yes.
Joel. And then, I don't have any paperwork for him. Torellis? They said bonded. I just didn't have, I had a face sheet, but no. Okay, all right. Tell me your name.
Brandon Bowes.
Right, Mr. Boggs, and you're here in oh, well, it's an out-of-county warrant, and it's out of Osceola County, and the bond is set at none on that, so they'll come and get you, okay? I don't know what happened or the dates of that offense, so I'm not taking any action on the Orange County out-on bond case, okay?
Oh, Your Honor, the
I
out
can
of bond
appoint
is
the public
Osceola.
defender if the public defender wants to be appointed, huh?
The out on bond is Osceola County.
Right, I don't know when the offense occurred on the warrant, so I can't revoke the release because I have no idea when the date of the offense occurred. It could have occurred before the out on release case. So if that were the case, I can't revoke his release. I don't know anything about the
I was
Osceola case.
Okay.
in the hospital, so.
Your Honor, and he would like to be appointed to the PD's office.
Okay, we'll appoint the public defender, okay?
Okay. They're taking no action.
Tell me your name. All right, Ms. Caldwell, you're here in an out-of-county warrant out of Seminole County. The bond in that case is set at none. And so Seminole County will have, I think, up 72 hours to come and get you. They'll communicate with them. They're right next door. They'll come get you, okay?
So I don't have a bond?
I can't change their bond, okay? Tell me your name.
William Tillman.
All right, Mr. Tillman, you have an out-of-county warrant, and it's Alachua County. Nope, Seminole County?
Seminole County.
Seminole County. Okay, and it looks like the bond is set at $500, okay? Looks like you have a hold for Polk County as well?
Yes, 3 holes for.
3 holds for Polk County, okay? So my guess is that whoever comes to get you first. Tell me your name.
Crispus Tyrone Dinkins.
All right, Mr. Dinkins, you're here in 2019 CF 15173. It's a violation of community control. The judge in the case sets your bond at none. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you in the case. And you're gonna stay in jail till you see the VOP judge, but you do have reporting requirements, so I just have to advise you of that, okay?
Excuse me, ma'am. May I speak?
Why don't you talk to the public defender, okay?
Ordering requirements, that's all. She told me that I would, what did she just say? I didn't understand. Can I report in jail? I know, I'm not.
Okay. PD's not appointed on this case, correct? Out of county?
I think I did appoint the PD. But you'll see Judge Lattimore in a couple days, and you might be able to resolve it, I don't know.
Okay, thank you much, ma'am.
Your Honor, we have Julie Felber as mental health.
Mental health?
Yes.
Okay, well, it's a VOP. I can appoint the public defender, and then if you want to waive her appearance.
Yes, Your Honor.
Then, okay. So I'll appoint the public defender on both cases, and the VOP 2020 CF 4755 and 2022 MM 1459. And the second case, she's charged with possession of drug paraphernalia. I find probable cause. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. That bond will stay at 500. The VOP, and that was a warrant, or no, it's an on view, sorry. And there's probable cause, and that bond will stay at none at this time. I guess as she'll see Judge Lattimore a couple days. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Avery James Merriweather Jr.
Meriwether, you're here in 2018 CF 6254AO. It's a violation of probation warrant. The judge did set your bond at none. I'll appoint the public defender, and you'll see Judge Lattimore in a couple days, okay?
Say that again, miss. I'm sorry.
You'll see Judge Lattimore in a couple days. Your bond is stayed at none, okay?
Okay. All right, thank you.
Good morning. Tell me your name.
Taylor Smalls.
Mr. Smalls, you're here in 2020 CF 2868. It's a violation of probation warrant. The judge did set the bond at none. I'll appoint the public defender, and you'll see Judge Lattimore in a couple days, okay? Good morning. Tell me your name.
Blake Simons.
Mr. Simons, you're here in 2019 CF 3877. It's a violation of probation. Judge did set your bond at none. I'll appoint the public defender. You'll see Judge Lattimore in a couple days. Looks like you also have another case, a hold out of Seminole, okay?
So there is a hold for me in Seminole?
I think you'll address the case here first before Seminole will come and get you, or,
Okay.
just to let you know, you got something else going on too.
Your Honor, we have Cycle Walker as mental health.
Okay. And I'll appoint the public defender. Do you want to waive the appearance?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's 2007 CF 12075. It's an on-view violation of probation. There is probable cause for that offense, and I did appoint the PD. The bond will be stayed at none at this time, and there are reporting requirements as well. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Louis Almonte.
All right, Mr. Almonte, you're here in 2022 MO 315 for disorderly conduct. Okay. And I do find that there's probable cause. You also have you're out on release for urinating in public. Did the state have an offer on both cases?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor, for both cases, it would be a withholding court cost.
Do we know how much time he has on the out on release?
2 days,
And 1 day on the new law?
2 days.
2 days. Okay. Do you want to do that, Mr. Almonte? I think that's how you pronounced it. And you won't have to come back to court?
For both cases, Your Honor, right? For both.
Yeah. Withhold and 2 days' time served on both cases and court costs. And I'll give you a year to pay those off.
Thank you.
Resolve them both? You want to do that?
Yes, please.
Okay, do you want to plea no contest to both?
Yes,
Did you read the plea form?
I did.
Did you understand everything on it?
Yeah.
You understand all those rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am. I never have been in my life. And
Okay,
I
that's
don't
good.
want to be.
Well, this is a good time not to start that. Okay. So, and you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea will subject you to deportation. Is that a yes? Did you understand that?
No, I don't know his.
Did you understand, sir?
I'm
If
sorry.
you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to
No, I am.
deportation.
I am.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna accept your plea of no contest on each case, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days' time served on each case, withhold adjudication, and then there will be court costs on each case. I'll give you a year to pay those off. You all right? You have 30 days to appeal any sentence in writing, sir.
All right.
Your Honor, may I have the case number for the case he's out on?
Sure,
release?
2022 MO 176 AO.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, I'm sorry. So what was his bonds for the other case?
He pled.
He pled to both cases.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pled to both cases.
Yeah, no. I know. I'm not saying that she's going to find me. I want to know the fine.
Oh, the fine.
I can't afford them anyway.
Gotcha. Go to the clerk's office and they'll have the total fines. there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I'm done.
Done.
Bring in the papers. All right, thank you.
Your Honor, we have Borges as released.
Okay. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with, do I give this to you or back to them? Well, he pled out. So I just put that he pled. And then okay. Burgos bonded, you said?
Release, yeah.
Sorry, I was
Yeah, released.
trying to. Are you Barbara Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, you're right. Time to stand still here. All right, and you're here in 2022 MO 317. You're arrested for disorderly conduct. I do find that there's probable cause. You want to resolve it, Ms. Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, the offer would be an adjudication of guilt, court costs.
What is it? You'd be adjudicated.
Okay, and you've got 2 days in. Ms. Johnson, do you want to plea?
You can plead no contest, but you can still be adjudicated guilty.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes, Your Honor, and we like to
Okay,
plead
did
no
you read the
contest.
plea form?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
Do you understand everything on it?
Yes, I do.
And all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
You on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Okay, and not on any drugs or alcohol or medication that would prevent you from understanding what we're doing today?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, I accept your plea and of no contest. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days' time served. I'll order court costs, and you'll have a year to pay those court costs off, okay?
Yes,
If
ma'am.
you'd like to appeal, you may do so in writing within 30 days.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good day. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Isaac Maldonado
All right,
Cabret.
Mr. Maldonado, you're here in 2022 MO 318 for disorderly conduct. There's probable cause. Do you want to resolve it today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any offer?
Yes, Your Honor. The offer would be a withhold court costs.
Would be a
Mr. Maldonado, you want to do that?
Going home today?
if you wanted the offer, it's a withhold court
Yes.
cost, correct answer.
Correct.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you read the plea form?
Did you read this plea form back there?
Yeah.
Did you understand everything that was on the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and I'll accept your plea. You want to plead no contest?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and I'm gonna withhold adjudication, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days' time served. I gotta order court costs. I'll give you a year to pay the court costs off. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence, you must do so in writing within 30 days. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
Tonight, right?
Tell me your name. Tell me your name, sir.
Carlos
What's your last name?
Matos.
All right, Mr. Matos, you're here in 2022 MO 319, and you were in a park after it was closed, and you weren't supposed to be there, and I find that there's probable cause. And do you want to resolve it today?
Does the state have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. The state, yes, the offer would be a withholding court cost.
Okay, so if you want to resolve it today, you withhold court costs. If you don't want to pay that, then you can't resolve it today.
I want to go home today.
Yes, Your Honor, we'd like to resolve.
Okay, did you read the plea form, Mr. Matos?
Yes.
Did you understand everything on it?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, do you understand all those rights that you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. And you want to plead no contest?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to withhold adjudication, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days' time served, and I'll order court costs. You'll have a year to pay those court costs off. If you want to appeal, you must do so in writing within 30 days. Good luck, sir. Tell me your name.
Anthony Mosley.
All right, Mr. Mosley, you're here in 2022 MO 320, I think? Is that a 0? Okay. You're charged with disorderly conduct. I do find probable cause. Does the state have an offer?
One moment, Your Honor. Your Honor, the offer would be a withholding court costs.
If you wanted to resolve today, your offer would be a withhold of adjudication. Did you read the form back there? Did you read this already?
Mr. Mosley, did you want to accept that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you read the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand everything on the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea? Are you on probation anywhere? You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you want to plead no contest? Yes. All right, I'm going to withhold adjudication, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days' time served, order court costs, and give you a year to pay the court costs. If you want to appeal the sentence, you must do so in writing within 30 days. Good luck. And Ortiz bonded?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Randall, is this?
Present.
Donald Randall? All right, Mr. Randall, you're here in 2022 MO 322. It's a disorderly conduct. There's probable cause. Does the state have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, the offer would be a withholding court costs.
Mr. Randall, did you want to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you read the plea form?
Did you read this back there?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand everything on the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
No, ma'am.
All right, and I'm assuming you're pleading no contest.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and I will accept your plea, sentence you to 2 days and with credit for 2 days' time served, I'll withhold and order you pay your court costs within a year. If you want to appeal the judgment and sentence, you must do so in writing within 30 days.
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck. Thank you, ma'am. Good morning. Tell me, or after, well, I keep saying good morning, and I know it's not morning. Can you tell me your name?
Stormy Stevens.
All right, Ms. Stevens, you're here in 2022 MO 323. You're arrested for disorderly conduct.
Yes, ma'am.
I do find that there is probable cause. I know you filled out a form for the public defender, but I might try to save you some money here, and if the state has an offer.
Yes, Your Honor, the offer would be a withholding court costs.
Do you want to accept the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm not going to appoint the public defender, and I'll just save her some money.
Thank you.
All right, did you read the plea form?
This right here in my hand?
I can't,
Oh, I'm
I don't have
sorry.
my
Yes,
glasses
ma'am.
on, so I have
I
no
have the
idea what
plea
you're
form
looking
here.
at.
I've signed it already, if that's fine.
Okay, did you understand everything on the plea
Yes,
form,
ma'am.
Ms. Stevens?
Sorry, they had just given it to me, so I didn't
That's
get time to
okay.
read it.
All right, and are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and are you pleading no contest?
So no contest is you're saying I'm not saying I did or didn't do it?
Yes,
Just
ma'am.
think it's-
All right, I'll accept your plea. Sentence you to a withhold adjudication, sentence you, I think, to 1 day credit for time served. And I'll impose court costs. I'll give you a year to pay those court costs off. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence, you must do so in writing within 30 days. All right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you
luck.
so much.
You're fine. That's all yours. We're all good to go.
I created a new YouTube channel. Please consider subscribing to my new channel. Sit back, relax and enjoy this preview of the content from my new channel. You can find a link to my new channel in the description or comments section below. Do the work.
Instead of killing them with kindness, torch them with fucking success. In life, we have to continue pushing past the odds. Use everything this world has to give you for fuel. With success in life comes more haters. Use them for fuel. Use them for energy.
Are you getting up every fucking morning? Are you really getting the fuck after? Are you just talking to motivate people? People right now, maybe listen to this shit, they'll be motivated to go run. If it's cold somewhere where they're at, a lot of motherfuckers will shut that door, go back inside. That's motivation. It comes and go how you feel, because motivation is crap. I like a motherfucker whose life is imploded, ain't got shit, and says, still gotta fucking get after it today, man. So that's when you move from motivation to driven to obsessed. The reason I talk so fucking passionate, because I'm reliving my fucking life. I'm reliving this morning when I got up. I didn't want to do that shit. I'm reliving everything I did.
Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0.
Still to be happy about. Job's not finished.
It's a brutal journey every fucking day, and everybody goes, well, are you happy? I'm driven. I'm obsessed. And that's what you see. I started realizing through this process that the fucking mind is what you created. And I started opening different doors that I didn't think were even there, that I didn't think even existed. And the more doors I opened up, the more I started realizing that my potential is damn near endless.